Russia makes a hard-to-refuse offer to India. Immediate delivery of Su-35s. Support for Su-57E production. Russian defense conglomerate Rostec has recently made a dual offer to India, including the rapid delivery of Su-35 fighters and support for India to produce Su-57E stealth fighters domestically. Meeting the urgent needs of the Indian Air Force. According to Defense Blog, the proposal from Rostec and aircraft manufacturer Sukhoi emphasizes the possibility of immediate delivery of Su-35 fighters to help the Indian Air Force IAAF fill the growing force gap. With India retiring its MiG-27s and most of its MiG-21 fleet, the number of IAF fighter squadrons has dropped to 31, far below the standard of 42. Sources said Russia has pledged to be able to deliver 2 Su-35 squadrons, i.e. 36 to 40 aircraft, within the next 2 to 3 years. Rostec specifically highlighted the role of the Su-3 OMKI in Operation Sindoor in May 2025, when the aircraft provided air cover and launched BrahMos missiles at Pakistani air bases. Rostec also said that India could use the infrastructure and repair and maintenance lines of the Su-3 OMK fighter for the Su-35 because of the similarity of up to 70 to 80%, helping to save costs. The Su-35 is currently assessed to be limited in terms of sensors and long-range weapons, weaker than the MiG-31BM in air combat missions beyond visual range. Russia is said to be studying the integration of the AESAN-036 radar, equipped on the Su-57, on the Su-35 to increase export competitiveness. But this information has not been officially confirmed. Support for India to locally produce Su-57E Russia's most notable proposal is the transfer of technology and source code for the Su-57E fighter, which would help India localize production to the extent of 40 to 60%. The production line could be located at Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL's facility in Nashik, which has produced more than 220 Su-3 OMKs. Russia's proposal is in line with the Make in India strategy and the Atmanirbhar Bharat, Self-Reliant India, program that the government is promoting. High levels of localization would make it easier for India to integrate domestically developed weapons such as the Astra air-to-air missile, Rudram anti-radar missile, and Virupaksha AESA radar. Russia also proposed transferring engine technology, stealth systems, and electronics to support India's indigenous fighter project AMCA, Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft. Improve engines. Both the Su-35 and Su-57E fighters use the AL-41F1S Isdelai 117 engine, with a thrust of 142 kilonewtons and thrust vectoring capabilities that help the aircraft achieve high maneuverability. However, India is said to be more interested in the Pallas Isdelai 177S engine, a more advanced variant with a sawtooth nozzle that reduces radar and infrared signatures. This engine was unveiled at the Zhuhai Air Show 2024 with a lifespan of 6,000 hours, 3 times that of its predecessor, but has not yet been tested. Russia said that if there are orders from abroad, especially India, the deployment of this new engine line for fighters could be accelerated. India's considerations, although Russia has made a hard-to-refuse proposal. India is said to be considering it. According to some defense experts, Russia's proposal could help India solve the problem of 2 goals at the same time, using the Su-35 to meet short-term needs and deploying the Su-57E as a long-term direction. In modernizing the Air Force. After a brief clash with Pakistan, the Rafale fighters that India bought from France were said to be disappointing because of their lack of synchronization with existing equipment. Russia's proposal helps India become more self-sufficient in aircraft production, integrating domestic weapons and improving combat capabilities. However, India has been skeptical about the real stealth capabilities of the Su-57E fighter, as well as the risk of the country being sanctioned by the U.S. under the KT law if it continues to buy Russian equipment. The problems with the supply chain of components and maintenance of the Su-3 OMK during the period when Russia was sanctioned since 2014 are also factors that make New Delhi cautious. According to Jane's Defense Weekly, at one point up to 40% of India's Su-30 OMKI aircraft were unable to take off due to lack of spare parts.